So welcome back to the lecture series, part 2 of muscle contraction theory. In the last class, that is in the last video, we had discussed about the different types of muscles, namely skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles, and smooth muscles. We also discussed about the voluntary, involuntary muscles, taking example of all these three. Where they are present, what are their functions, how they are, whether they undergo fatigue or not, etc. All these things we discussed in the last video. So today in this video we are going to discuss about the muscle contraction theory. Before entering that, we have to understand about the ultrastructure of the skeletal muscles, and we are going to discuss about the different proteins of the muscles. So these are the things we need to understand in this video. In the next video, hopefully we'll discuss about the ultrastructure of the muscle contraction theory. So the muscle contraction theory, that is the sliding filament theory. So coming to the ultrastructure, you know that muscle, when you take up a muscle, if you make a smear, just muscle tissue ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಒಳಗಿದ್ದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀಡಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಮಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಥ್ರೆಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್. ಈಚ್ ಥ್ರೆಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇಫ್ ಯು ಓಪನ್, you will get hundreds of small fibrils. These fibrils ನ ಒಂದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ultrastructure electron microscope ಅಂಡರ್ ತೆಗೆದು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ you are going to get this type of structure. So this structure ಅನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. So it's an elongated structure, mainly made up into light and dark bands, dark bands, light bands, ಮತ್ತೆ dark bands, ಮತ್ತೆ light bands, ಮತ್ತೆ dark bands ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತವೆ. Of course nucleus ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So here the light bands are present, light bands, dark band, light band, dark band. So light and dark bands are alternating to each other. Then the middle of the light band, if this is the light band part, the middle of the light band part is called as Z line. So light band is also called as I band. So dark band is also called as A band. So again I band, A band, Z. So the middle part of the light band is called as a Z line, and the middle part of the light band is Z line. So the distance between these two Z lines is called as one sarcomere. This sarcomere is a structural and functional unit of the muscle tissue. Remember, the structural and functional unit of the skeletal muscle is sarcomere. The sarcomere is nothing but the distance between the two Z horizons or two Z lines is called as one sarcomere. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಈ ತರ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟ್ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಎರಡು ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನಡುವೆ ಒಂದು ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಎರಡು ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನಡುವೆ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಇಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಈ ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡಿನ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನರಿ ಲೈನ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್. ಅದೇ ತರ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲೈಟ್ ಝೋನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್. The distance between these two Z lines is called as the sarcomere, and this sarcomere is the structural and functional unit of single muscle filament. So this is what you need to understand. So the whole distance between two Z line is called as the A band. ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So when the structure, ಇದನ್ನಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, usually in the dark band you can see actin. In the light bands you can see the myosin. So this is what you have to understand. So ಈಗ just observe ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗಿ. So coming to the muscle, this is the ultrastructure of the skeletal muscles, taking a sarcomere as an example. Of course normal ultrastructure ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ there is a sarcoplasm. The cytoplasm of the sarcomere is called as sarcoplasm. The endoplasmic reticulum present in the muscle tissue is called as a sarcoplasmic reticulum. There are Golgi complex, mitochondria, etc. because mitochondria needs lots of ATP molecules, and calcium Golgi complex they have to synthesize lots of muscle proteins for the contraction and relaxation of the muscle tissues. So ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಅಲ್ಟ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ this is what the structure is. ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. Light band, dark band, light band, dark band, they are alternating to each other. The light band is called as the I band. the dark band is called as the A band. A band, I band. Light band ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ I band, dark band ಅಂದ್ರೆ A band. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನಡುವೆ ಒಂದು ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೇ ತರ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಯೂನಿಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡಿನ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನರಿ ಲೈನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್. ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಈ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನಡುವೆ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಇದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್. So the distance between these two Z lines is called as the sarcomere. This is the structural and function unit of the muscle tissue. So this sarcomere is also called as the A band. ಇದು A line ಅಲ್ಲ, A band ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. So this is the ultrastructure of the muscle tissue. So ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ. Based on this we are going to discuss about the different types of proteins present in the muscle. So mainly there are actin, mainly artha aita concept idu. If you have understood, I will erase it. Okay, usually the main muscle proteins present in the sarcomere is actin, myosin, tropomyosin, troponin. So these are the four muscle proteins present in the muscle. So coming to the actin, so we'll discuss one by one in detail. Okay, so coming to the actin, so actin is present in two forms, namely G actin and F actin. G actin and F actin. G actin is nothing but the globular actin, and F actin is nothing but the filamentous actin. The G actin is present in the rounded shaped structures, oval rounded shaped structures. When these oval shaped structures undergo condensation and they form the polymerization chain reaction, they form a structure which is twinned structure. ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಜಡೆಯನ್ನು ಟ್ವೈನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರದಲ್ಲಿ there is a structure called as the F actin, that is the filamentous actin. Remember. So G actin, F actin. G actin ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? G actin are globular in structures. These G actin undergo condensation reaction to form the filamentous actin, which is in the form of a DNA. DNA structure ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? DNA ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಎರಡು ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಜಡೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ this is one, like this. So it is in a twisted, twinkled form. That is the F actin. So this F actin forms the dark band or the heavy band in the sarcomere. So this is all about the actin. Coming to the myosin. Myosin is just like a golf stick iratala. If you have played a golf stick, it exactly looks like a golf stick. It has an elongated part. At the end there is a bulged head. On which the chemical reactions takes place. As a result, the muscle contracts. So muscle contraction aglike this is the active site, that is the head part of the myosin. So this myosin is present in the light band. Coming to the tropomyosin and troponin. Tropomyosin, if you consider actin filament like this is the actin filament ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈ ಆಕ್ಟಿನ್ ಫಿಲಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ವಿಂಗಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರ ನಡುವೆ there are some globular proteins, and these globular proteins are the troponin. So ಅದರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ so there is a small thread like structure protein on which there is an actin filament that is called as the tropomyosin. So these tropomyosin. So these are the four different muscle proteins present in the muscle. ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ? We discussed about the ultrastructure of the muscle tissue. Ultrastructure ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? There is a sarcoplasm, sarcolemma ಇರುತ್ತೆ. There is a sarcoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, mitochondria, etc. ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು coming to the bands, as per the examination point of view is concerned, there are alternating light bands and dark bands. ಎರಡು ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ, ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ. ಸೊ ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡಿನ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ there is a imaginary line called as a Z band. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹೆವಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಆಕ್ಟಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಲೈಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡಿನ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನರಿ ಲೈನ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಝೆಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್. So this Z band, the distance between the two alternating Z bands is called as the sarcomere, which is a structural and functional unit of the muscle tissue. There is a structural and functional unit of the single myofilament. So there is the light band is called as the I band, the dark band is called as the A band. So this is what you need to understand about the ultrastructure. Proteins ಒಳಗಡೆ 4 proteins, actin, myosin, troponin, tropomyosin. Actin is found in two forms. One is globular protein, second one is the filamentous protein, filamentous actin. So globular actin is globular in structure, ball like structure ittade. This globular actin undergoes condensation and condensation reaction, and they go polymerization chain reaction to form the filamentous actin, which is twinkled, which is the two layers are twinkled in such a way that it looks like a what you call, it likes like a ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಜಡೆ ಕಂಡಂಗೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. So that is about the actin filament. So coming to the myosin, it exactly looks like a golf stick. There is a elongated structure. At the end there is a head. There is a head. This head contains the active site on which the chemical reactions, lots of chemical reactions, calcium reactions takes place, which helps in the dragging of the actin filaments that I am going to discuss in the first sliding filament theory. So coming to the troponin, this troponin is in between the twinkled layers of the F actins. F actin ಆಗಲೇ ಟ್ವಿಂಗಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಎರಡದಾಗ ಟ್ವಿಂಗಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ನಡುವೆ there are some globular proteins, and that proteins is called as troponin. ಈ actin filament ಕೆಳಗಡೆ there is a thin layer of a protein called as tropomyosin. So these are the 4 different types of muscle proteins that can be seen in the skeletal muscles. So this is about the ultrastructure and muscle proteins. This is a very simple video. I am making it very simple. Again, ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಾರಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, I am making it very simple. I am just concentrating as per the examination point of view. ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನೋಟ್ಸು, ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ 5 marks. Ultrastructure of sarcomere can be asked for 5 marks or 10 marks question ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಅಥವಾ 5 marksಗೆ write a short note on muscle proteins. This can be asked for 5 marks. So this is about the actin ultrastructure and the different proteins present in the muscles. So in the next video we'll discuss the major part which may be asked for 10 marks question, that is the sliding filament theory. ಈ next sliding filament theory ಬರೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ವಿಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ first understand that this video should be seen first, then comes the next video. ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು then come to the sliding filament theory, then you can understand the next video in a exact way. So next video ಬರೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ you need to understand this video in a proper way. So in the next video we'll discuss about the sliding filament theory. Until then, thank you, have a good day. Then if you have any doubts, questions, feel free to ask. Thank you madam.